You were born into a strange world, like a candle you were meant to share the fire. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we go, but my arms are made to hold you, so I will never let you go. 'Cause you were born to change this life. You were born to chase the light, 'cause you were born.
Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I made a video. I wanted to give myself some time to get to a point where I could make a video, hopefully without crying. Things I wanted to talk about. One, throughout this whole thing, I've had a surprisingly lack of meltdowns. You know, anybody who has them knows there's a big difference between a meltdown and a breakdown. I've been crying a lot, but I haven't been melting. Except for a week ago, on last Friday, me and Jamie officially got the results back for all tests. I can't remember last video, and I honestly don't have it in me to watch it, if I had said that the doctor had called us and told us recently that Alex had no, or not Alex, but I had no genetic mutations. And last Thursday, we got a call from the doctor's office saying that they had gotten word back from pathology that all of the tests on me and Alex showed that there was no chromosomal issues. Automatically I started crying, and we asked if our doctor could give us a call back, and they called later and we set up an appointment for Friday. I just sat there and cried for a bit, and Jamie held me and calmed me down and tried to remind me, you know, this is a good thing. And all I could think was, all I can still really think, I try to think about the fact that it's a good thing, but I can't. Not all the time, because all I can think is that, you know, that means I'm never going to have an answer. I'm never going to know why my baby died, because Alex was perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with him. He was actually overdeveloped. When we found out his heart had stopped beating, I was at 5 weeks, 4 days, or 15 weeks, 4 days, and they said that he measured at 15 weeks, 6 days, so he was actually overdeveloped, and so there was nothing wrong with him, and I was just mad about it. And then Friday when we went, we talked to him, and he told us that, you know, that really was it. There was no other testing to be done, and, you know, a lot of women just don't ever find out. And I started crying, and then he gave us a pep talk, told us that we should wait 4 months before trying again, because if we start too soon, it could heighten our chances for another miscarriage. And actually, anybody watching this video that has had a miscarriage, if you could please comment below if your miscarriage is around the same time as mine. Again, mine is at 15 weeks, 4 days. Please let me know what your doctor said about trying again and how long you had to wait. Because I've looked online, and so far I'm getting mixed messages on how long you really should wait, because, you know, I feel like I need to start trying, and I need to start trying now, because I think if I wait too long, I'm going to get too scared to. But, you know, hearing that news didn't help either, and then, you know, we went out to eat, and on the way home I was fine, and then I just started crying, and I couldn't stop. We got home, and I was just pissed. I was just angry. This was the first time that I really let myself be really, really angry about all of this. I mean, I've been mad, but I finally really got pissed, and I've been wanting to break stuff for I don't know how long, but you know, the logical side of my brain said, no, Jessica, you don't want to start breaking stuff in the house and stuff like that, so instead I went out to the driveway. We've got one of those driveways that has the rocks all up and down, and I started grabbing rocks and just started chucking them as hard as I could at our garage. Our garage is fucked up anyway, so you know what the hell was the difference? I just started throwing them as hard as I could over and over again, and the more rocks I threw, the more pissed off I got, and the more pissed off I got, the more upset I was. And then Jamie hears me, and he comes back there, and he hugs me, and just the second his arms went around me, I started bawling and bawling and bawling, and it was close to time for him to go to work, so he was grabbing his lunch out of the garage, and I just started throwing the rocks again, because I was just so fucking pissed off. And I just fell to the ground. He had to help me into the house, and I just started screaming at the top of my lungs, and just I can't even put into words how much I was crying and what I felt at that moment. I didn't feel anything. It was just the whole world was falling around me, and there was nothing that I could do to stop it. I mean, everything around me was crumbling, and it was like a mixture of a breakdown and a meltdown, because I had the panicked state of a meltdown, but that has been my lowest point so far, was that moment. You know, like I said, I try to think about the fact that, you know, this is a good thing. This means that there's less of a chance that I'm going to have another one, but it still means that I will never know why my baby died, and I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, which is blame myself. And yeah, I know I shouldn't blame myself. Everybody's been telling me I shouldn't blame myself. I did nothing wrong. Well, you know, I personally might not have done anything wrong, but I can't help but feel that, you know, I try to keep my Wiccan perspective that, you know, Alex might have realized something was eventually going to go wrong with his body, and he decided to wait to be born. But I can't help but just feel that, you know, my body failed at what it was supposed to do. As a woman, when I am born, my body is supposed to be meant to carry a baby. I am supposed to be able to be a mother, and my body didn't do what it was supposed to. I wanted to be a mom since I was 6. And my body failed me, and I lost my little boy. And it's bullshit. On the good side of things, I've had an overwhelmingly large support group. Not a literal support group, although I am going to be going to a support group here locally on the 20th. But, I mean, my co-workers, my friends, my family. I just went back to work Monday, and before that, friends were coming over and keeping me company because I couldn't be alone. Like, the week beforehand, you know, I just like, you know what, I want to be alone. So I just stayed home by myself for the most part, and cleaned, and just did stuff around the house, kept myself busy, started watching Walking Dead. But, you know, the fact that my friends were willing to just pretty much drop everything for the most part and come and stay with me so I wouldn't be by myself was amazing. My family's been really there for me as much as they can too. You know, I love my family, and if any of you guys are watching this, you know I love you, but out of all my family, my mother-in-law has honestly been the one who's been the most there for us. But that's because she's the only person, other than me and Jamie, that's really feeling the loss of Alex, because she was buying stuff for Alex before I was even pregnant. I mean, she's been looking as forward to this baby as me and Jamie were. And part of it's because all of her grandkids, their mothers are cunts, and I do not use that word lightly. I don't like that word. And they rarely let her see her grandkids, so she was really looking forward to having a grandbaby that she was going to be able to spend a lot of time with. Work, the God's work's been a whole different story. You know, people can talk, well, skip that part, I guess I can't say where I work, technically it'd be against policy. But, they let me off work for a month. I was on medical leave for almost exactly a month. And when I came back, you know, I had a job, everybody was nice. One of my managers, Rachel, she's been fantastic. She tried to spread word about what had happened. I asked her to, and gave her full permission to, because I didn't want to come back to work and have other associates talking to me and asking me how my baby was and stuff like that. But, and for the most part, everybody's known. I went back to work Monday, like I said, and Monday was shit. Monday was horrible. Because within the first hour, a customer, you know, my customers aren't going to know any better. My customers aren't going to, there's nobody who's going to be able to inform them. They're not my friends, they're my family, they're not on my Facebook, so they're not going to know. But somebody made the comment, one of them made the comment that, you know, it looked like I was getting my belly, and then her grandmother made the comment, you know, so how are you feeling? And I just started crying. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth what had happened. I just started crying, and they understood. And then I had somebody else later ask me, hey Jessica, did you find out the gender? And then when I left work, I went through the line of the one cashier who didn't know, and she asked me when I was due. She was the first person I could actually give an answer to, and all I did was say, I'm not, and I started crying. And it's been like that every day that I've worked. Tuesday, yesterday, today, within the first 2 hours of my shift, somebody who doesn't know that I miscarried has been asking me something about my pregnancy. And honestly, that is the hardest part about this, is people who don't know asking me about Alex. Because them asking is just a reminder that, you know, all of that's gone. It's not like I don't know that I had a miscarriage. It's not like I forget, but them asking and having to actually say the words, I miscarried. I can't. But like I said, my coworkers have been fantastic. All my managers, when I start having issues, when I start crying because of something like that, they get me off of my register and they find me something to do. I mean, they've just been really, really understanding, and there's been people in the store that have just been really supportive. One of my coworkers, she wrote me a note on a piece of receipt tape, and another group of ladies gave me a card saying we're sorry for your loss. And today, one of my managers, I doubt you can see it, but I bought this necklace. It's a heart-shaped necklace by Hallmark with a mom holding a baby. And my manager bought me 2 little charms, one that looks like a little boy and one with little blue stones in it for September. You know, a girl I used to work with came to my house and brought me a bear from Build-A-Bear. It's a little white bear, and it's shoved full of dozens of hearts from her coworkers and from a couple of mine. And you know, this is all stuff that they don't need to do, but they're doing it, and it's, every damn one of them has made me cry, but it's been a good kind of cry. Because realizing that I have that many people around me that care. Another friend of mine gave me this. She gave me this moonstone necklace. Moonstone's supposed to be good for pregnancy. And I've been wearing my goddess-shaped moonstone necklace for a while for that. And she said that she got this for the purpose of giving it to somebody who needed it. And she kept losing it and finding it, losing it and finding it, losing it and finding it. And she found it the day that I was burying Alex, and she gave it to me. But, you know, just all of the support has been crazy, and it's been amazing. And I hope that other women that go through this have a support group like that. I think that's the only reason that I haven't quit my job. I really thought about it before I went back, because I knew that so many people were going to be asking me about my pregnancy, and I really thought about just quitting. And I'm glad I didn't, because everybody's just been so great. But I'm not going to say that, I don't still think about it. I'm not going to say I don't think about it every single time somebody asks me, how's the baby? But you can't run away, you can't just go hide. It's not going to help you get any better, and that's what I try to tell myself. And staying at home, curled up on the couch watching The Walking Dead is not going to make me feel any better, and it's not going to make losing Alex any easier. So, one foot in front of the other, I guess. Honestly, I had a list full of things that I wanted to talk about, and I'm sure I haven't talked about half of them, but I guess that's what I'm getting. Oh, the last thing I wanted to talk about, another good point, was that yesterday I got pictures back from Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. If you've never heard of them, they are an organization of photographers. Photographers sign up to be part of it, and they go to the hospital when a baby is miscarried or stillborn. And if there's a body, in the case of a miscarriage, they take professional photographs with you and your baby. And I'm actually going to do a tribute video either like in the next day or so, or maybe in the next week, with those pictures, because I want to share Alex with the world. He didn't have a birth certificate, he didn't have a death certificate, but I can spread him across the internet and throw him up into the clouds so that there's a record somewhere that I had a little boy. He was born September 13th, 2014. He died September 8th. He was an incredibly loved child, and it's fucked as hell that when I would have loved my little boy more than anything, that there are so many people who don't deserve their kids. So I want there to be a record somewhere, other than the pathology report saying that there was a male infant. I don't want that to be the only record of my baby. So, look for that. Other than that, I just, like I said, I had a list of things and I can't think of them. Other than just saying thank you to any of my friends, any of my coworkers, and my family that watch this.